Alrighty, guys, here we go. We got it out, guys. This thing was cooked, okay, overheated, and I think she called out a DIY, no, mobile mechanic, to come out and try to see what's going on. It's locked up, it's seized up, it won't turn, okay. And I think he came out, removed the valve covers, because when we got it, it had no valve covers on it. And you know how you leave these, you know how you leave the heads or the valve cover off, moisture get in there. Look, your camshaft would do these little numbers right here. Yeah, get all rusty looking and stuff. Look down here, y'all see this? This thing giving off an odor. How many of y'all familiar with that odor that you get after an engine is badly overheated? You can't smell it, but it's there. Okay, when I sense or when I smell that odor, all bets off. Okay, I'm not even entertaining the thought of fixing this engine at that point. You get a whole nother engine from me. So I think Cousin Pookie came out, the mobile mechanic. Yeah, the mobile Cousin Pookie. Pulled the valve covers and did something. He couldn't get it to turn over. And I think he dipped on her, okay? Yeah, well, I don't even know if she paid him or not. He probably didn't get over on her, but because there was nothing you can do. This thing is so overheated, it's seized up. It won't even rotate. We took this off, and I'm gonna take the bottom end off, undo some rod caps and see exactly what the hell going on. But look at this thing. Now, guess what we got? Ta-da! That's right, guys. New engine, okay? 3.6 Pentastar. Yeah, this thing come with a cooler and everything. Yeah. Oh, speaking of cooler, let me show y'all something. Look, let me show y'all what happened to what happens to anything attached to an engine when it's severely overheated. You might want to take a wild stab what would happen. All right, down here is going to get extremely hot. When your engine is overheating, whatever's attached to it may overheat as well. For instance, those valve covers are brittle as crap. They burn up. You can smell the overheated inside of those. But let me show you. This is the cooler that come out of it. Y'all see that? It's melted. Okay, it's melted all the crap. Yeah, this cooler is well, we're gonna reuse it anyway, but look at the nipples. Look right here. So as with anything that's attached to a hot engine, it's gonna be affected. Okay, this cooler is made of plastic. Yes, they got some aluminum coolers out there. Let's imagine if a German cooler was on here while this thing cooked. A lot of y'all brag on the fact you know, the German is so much better. Okay, all of these coolers would last on this vehicle if the vehicle is kept up. You know, it's kept up, not overheated. Okay, but listen, yes, the aluminum cooler has a better build than this plastic cooler, but let's just assume they had the German cooler on here while they cooking this engine. Guess what? It's gonna warp. Yeah, it's not gonna melt because it's not technically plastic, but it will eventually just warp. Okay, so I get it, guys. I understand. You know, like I say, it's so much. The build quality of aluminum over plastic is so much better, but it doesn't matter when the engine is in abuse status. Okay, it doesn't matter what your cooler made of. Something's gonna happen to it if the engine is cooked. Is my point. All right, and this damn engine was cooked, so we got everything. We're gonna have to go over that stuff like that. Like, that's aluminum too, and you can't technically see a stress crack or a warpage. I mean, you can use a straight edge or whatever, but that could be damaged. That intake manifold over there is damaged, and the lower intake manifold that's set on top of here. Yeah, that's why we haven't started it, because we need all these parts. All right, we don't need a cooler because they came with it, but yeah, we're not playing around with this. You know what I'm saying? Thing could exhibit a leak, you know, 2 months down the line over some ridiculous stress crack from when it overheated. All right, let me show y'all something. I talked about this on. Yeah, y'all see that? This is how car makers, warranty companies can tell. I call this the snitch sensor. Yes, this will change color, guys. In the event this engine is overheated like they did that one, this right here is going to change color. I think it's going to change to yellow or orange or red or something like that. That lets the warranty company know that you cook your engine again. Just say that, for instance, let's say if this customer didn't learn their lesson. Again, I don't know why it overheated. Just say they didn't learn their lesson. And they do the same thing with this one. But they so confident that they got a warranty on this, they don't care. All right, so the hand on halfway is going up to 3/4, going up to full. I don't care. I got a warranty on the engine. Well, if they get this engine back, or the mechanic, it's the mechanic responsibility now, and he see these tabs on here. There's a proper name for this, guys. I'm having a brain freeze. I can't call it. These are not black anymore. They done changed color. That means you overheated your engine. Your warranty will be denied. So do yourself a favor and keep an eye on your gauges, for crying out loud. What is wrong? I've never experienced a lack of don't give a damnness by this current crop of drivers with these current crop of engines. Now, you probably could pull that off back in the day with those steel blocks and those steel heads, but we're dealing with aluminum engines now, guys. Who the hell still riding around not giving a damn what their coolant hands say? My hand gets to halfway, I'm going, whoa, bro, wait a minute. You're supposed to be going down. I can feel that thermostat just open. Why ain't you going down? Yeah, guys. So let's keep an eye on that stuff. But this thing is cooked, and they have to pay dearly. Okay, so that's where we at with this. But we can't. I guess we can get it in, but I don't know. People don't want to start on something unless they got everything. Because first of all, they try to knock out all the other good tickets they got, good gravy. So yeah, same thing. But that cooler is cooked, engine overheated. I'm sure they're gonna want a cord back. That's why it's in a box. I wanted to take the sucker apart and go through you guys the timing setup, all that good stuff, and why it locked up. We was gonna take some rod caps off and take a hardcore look at it, but I think they want this cord back ASAP. Guys, all this stuff is revised. This engine is not going to exhibit a ticky noise, in my opinion, because the rocker arms everything is up to date. This is not a Gen 3 Pentastar. Remember now, the Gen 3 has a different valve train setup. The intake valve train setup is totally different. They use a whole different setup than the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. This is likely a Gen 2. Okay, and this engine likely used 5W20. Those Gen 3s with the different valve train, they use 0W20 fully synthetic. So make sure you're using the right oil in your vehicle. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Yeah, let me get out of here. Figure y'all might get a kick out of this. Freaking cooler just melted all the shit because the damn customer kept driving their car. No big deal. I'm almost home. I know the hand on H, but I'm almost home. I gotta get home. We'll worry about it after I get home. Next day later, or 2 weeks later, told here, after Cousin Pookie, the mobile mechanic, gave up. I would have gave up too. I am not dogging Cousin Pookie out. Hey, bro, Cousin Pookie, if you listening, good decision, bro. Wise choice. You made a real good decision. Don't try to fix this crap. Head gasket, none of that. Guys, I gotta go. Thanks for watching.